and welcome to Read With Me. My name is J. Roger Davis. Read With Me is an adult literacy program designed for the heart, the mind, and the soul to assist adults with learning disabilities and persons with special needs. Maggie, Millie, Molly, and May by E. Cummings. Maggie, Millie, Molly, and May went down to the beach to play one day. And Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose rays 5 languid fingers were. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. And May came home with a smooth round stone as small as the world and as large as a loan. For whatever we lose, like a you or me, it's always ourselves we find in the sea. Maggie, Millie, Molly, and May by E. Cummings. Daybreak in Alabama by Langston Hughes. When I get to be a composer, I'm gonna write me some music about daybreak in Alabama. And I'm gonna put the prettiest songs in it, rising out of the ground like a swamp mist and falling out of heaven like a soft dew. I'm gonna put some tall trees in it and the scent of pine needles and the smell of red clay earth after rain and long rednecks and poppy-colored faces and big brown arms of black and white, black, white, black people. And I'm gonna put some white hands and black hands and brown and yellow hands and red clay earth hands in it, touching everybody with kind fingers, touching each other as natural as dew. In that dawn of music, when I get to be a composer and write about daybreak in Alabama. Daybreak in Alabama by Langston Hughes. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must find it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. It goes like this. Drum on your drums, batter on your banjo, sob on your long, cool whine and saxophone. Go to it, old jazz man. Sling your knuckles on the bottoms of the happy tin pans. Let your trombones ooze and go husha, husha, husha with the slippery sandpaper. Moan like an autumn wind high on the lonesome treetops. Moan soft like you miss somebody. Terrible cry, but boom, 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 like a a racing car slipping away from a motorcycle cop. Bang, bang, you jazz man, bang all together. Drums, traps, banjos, horns, and tin cans make two people fight at the top of a stairway and scratch each other's eyes out in a clinch. Tumbling down the stairs, can the rough stuff. You know, a Mississippi steamboat pushes up the Night River with a hoo, hoo. And the green lantern called to the high soft stars. A red moon rise on the humps of the low river hills. Go to it, old jazz man, yeah. Boom, 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 ba-dum, 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 boom, 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 boom. Poems can also take you on an adventure, as in this next poem, Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. 'Twas brillig and the slidey toad, did the gibing gimble in the web, all mimsy were the borogoves, and the murmurets outgrib. Beware the Jabberwock, my son. Beware the claws, the jaws that bite, and the claws that snatch. Beware the jubjub bird in the shoon, the fuminous bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the maxim foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum trees, and stood a while in thought. And in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes aflame, came whiffling through the toggy wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal sword went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with his head he came galumphing back. Oh, hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Oh, come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day, callooh, callay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig and the slidey toad, did the gibing gimble in the web, all mimsy were the borogoves, and the murmurets outgrib. Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face is surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your foot. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your foot. If you're happy and you know it, then your face is surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your foot. Clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, turn around. If you're happy and you know it, turn around. If you're happy and you know it, then your face is surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, turn around. If you're happy and you know it, do your happy dance. If you're happy and you know it, do your happy dance. If you're happy and you know it, then your face is surely show it. If you're happy and you know your happy dance, turn around, stomp your feet, clap your hands. The Little Turtle by Vachel Lindsay. There was a little turtle. He lived in a box. He swam in a puddle. He climbed on the rocks. He snapped at the mosquito. He snapped at the flea. He snapped at the minnow. And he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the minnow. But he didn't catch me. The Little Turtle by Rachel Lindsay. The little turtle lived in a what? A box. Can you draw a box with your fingers?
You will be all you were meant to be, and you will see all you...
Rain in Summer by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. How beautiful is the rain after the dust and the heat, in the broad and fiery street, in the narrow land. How beautiful is the rain, how it clatters along the roofs like the tramp of hooves, how it gushes and struggles out from the throat of the overflowing spout across the window pane. It pours and swift and wide with a muddy tide, like a river down the gutter roars. The rain, the welcome rain. Rain in Summer by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.